Like I said in the first video, in part one of this, for the first few months, from September to December 2017, I was not working alone in the desert. There were 5 to 12 people with me from 200 to 10,000 miles away. We shared visions, dreams, conversations with ancestors, birds, and mountains. We were on the phone together as I was driving throughout the Phoenix metro area. My job, such as it was to synthesize all of this information that everyone is receiving in to be the boots on the ground. I looked, I watched, I waited, I listened, I cried, I prayed, I lost handfuls of hair, I got shot at, I got surveilled by federal law enforcement and the Sinaloa Cartel and the criminal elements from Indian country and between Phoenix and Tucson. And when I got my heart smashed to smithereens, when I learned that we'd been lied to, I wanted to leave. I wanted to go back home to Montana because I felt like I had been absolutely shit on by those who were asking me for help. I felt like not so much it was another goose chase like the trip to Canada I mentioned in the last video, but that I'd been dropped into something for which I had zero other real support. I lived day to day, not knowing if I'd be able to eat or put gas in the car that I was essentially living out of. But one of the things I said even before I got over having my feelings hurt, being butt hurt, I said, I can't not trust. There's nothing in me that will let me leave. This is bigger. I don't get it, but this is bigger. And I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand why. And I'm speaking about this stuff now because I'm going back through all of these conversations from the autumn of 2017, compiling notes for intelligence and law enforcement communities now 8.5 years later, and thinking, there's things that I've forgotten about that might be pertinent to the current unfolding. And I need to find a way to catalog them if they are. And going back through a particular conversation with the healing client that became a medium and worked with me, who brought the Posse through, the group of ancestors that we were began talking to in September. So I found this particular thing yesterday and I'd forgotten all about it. Over the years, I have been focused on how to live day to day, moment to moment, keeping the threads of all of these things together while trying not to lose my mind in the process. And I don't know exactly what the catalyst of this particular conversation was, because there were phone calls and whatnot prior to this exchange that I just don't remember. But I do know I'd begun feeling manipulated, that I was missing something key to everything, because everywhere I went, there were connections that I was told about by the Posse, and everywhere I went, I was told that help was coming. And it never arrived. Patience, cultivate patience and move with caution. Be cautious were repeated every day, day in, day out. And there was no way out for myself. And nothing was coming together. I mean, all it did was make other people run away. Even though it was clear that magic was moving, what the Posse was talking about was not coming to fruition. And on this day, I do remember that I was pissed. I was hot in more ways than one, because remember, I'm in the American desert. And I wanted these fuckers who are acting like shitty producers and directors of some show to identify who precisely they were. And previous to this conversation with the medium and the Posse, they'd already told the medium that I knew them, and I was like, totally clueless. No idea who I'm talking to. However, in this encounter, the posse read the room and came clean. While the medium was sobbing in collective grief, smashed her chest, they said this: "We are the many. We are the many harmed and dead and dying. We wish for Ingrid's help. We have no answers. We offer love and gratitude. We wish to help, but we have no answers. Please convey our gratitude and support. They still live. There are many who need her help. She needs to remain safe so that her work continues. We love her." And yes, I knew them. I knew then that I knew them. I had known them for years, but not in that way. They were the beings that have come through the ground, who have asked for my blood and come in visions, holding their daughters in their arms, praying, "Save my daughter." And now that I've had this realization of what bigger is, what bigger than this truly means, and by the way, bigger than this is far from what I thought it would be, which was the eradication of sexual trafficking within one generation, within 20 years. However, we're not at bigger than this or that yet, though it's coming. And the reason why I'm attempting to organize 8.5 years of vision and dream notebooks and conversations with the living and with the dead, and so much more. But where we are now is remembering that this is not about me. It's not about one dead woman named Ariel Begay, or the hundreds that are moved through Tohono O'odham, Gila River, and Salt River communities monthly in the name of cartel and casino commerce. It's about those who have gone before them into unmarked graves, to burn piles and operating tables for their organs to be removed before they are buried or burned. And it's about those who will come after them, because the world turns away from brown-skinned girls and women unless it can easily exploit them. And so within 20 years, the world will no longer do so, at least in this fashion. They will not intentionally disappear or sell thousands of women and girls a year to be essentially fucked to death in the name of the market, or rent, or siblings' school fees, or cooking oil, or dowries, or the convenience of an orgasm for men who think they are owed a vagina for a fee or for free. What I'm sitting with now is what it means for my life, about my life, to be such a way that I forgot we are the many. We wish for Ingrid's help. We wish, but we have no answers. We offer love and gratitude. They still live. There are many who need her help. How is it? How is it that I could forget that prayer? How could I be so consumed with living a life, living in such a way that I forgot that one the most important prayer? How could I forget? How could I be so consumed about wrapping my head around all of the things that I forgot them? How? How can anybody? And how is it there are so many that participate in the buying and the selling and the forgetting of what they have done? There's a reason I am not a sovereign being. And I'm going to talk more about that later and about what bigger than this really is. But this ebbs and flows for me. I'm told very specifically when to do what and how. Well, and mostly not how anymore, because folks have kind of given up on trying to boss me around. But I don't do things because I want to. I do things because God guides me for this reason and for others. And in the moment, because I'm having this realization, all I can do is keep going and continue to ask others for help when I need it. Thanks for listening.